Taylor Swift made a huge announcement. On September 10, 2024, the world's biggest pop star decided to speak up. She told her millions of fans who she was voting for in the upcoming presidential election. This was not a small thing. It happened right after a big presidential debate when everyone was already talking about politics. Swift chose this moment to share her thoughts. She posted a long message on her Instagram account. It was a clear and powerful statement. She was officially endorsing Kamala Harris for president and Tim Walz for vice president. Her voice joined the political conversation in a major way. This endorsement was a big deal. Taylor Swift has more followers than most people can imagine. Her fans listen to her, they trust her. So when she speaks about something as important as an election, people pay attention. She explained her choice carefully. She said she believes in the things that Kamala Harris is fighting for. Swift called Harris a steady-handed, gifted leader. She said Harris brings calm and not chaos. This was a direct comparison to the other side. Swift wanted her followers to understand that she was choosing a leader who she felt was stable and strong, someone who would lead with a clear purpose. Her support was not just for Harris. Swift also praised the choice of Tim Walz as the vice presidential candidate. She pointed out his history of supporting important rights. She mentioned his work for LGBTQ+ rights. She also talked about his support for IVF and a woman's right to choose. These are issues that Swift cares about deeply. She has spoken about them before. By supporting Harris and Walz, she was supporting a platform that she believes protects people and promotes equality. This was her way of standing up for her values. She wanted a team that fights for everyone. The message was clear. Taylor Swift was not just casually picking a side, she was making a deliberate and thoughtful choice. She was using her massive platform to influence her followers. She wanted them to think about the issues she cared about. She wanted them to see the election as a chance to vote for leaders who would protect their rights. Her endorsement wasn't just a headline, it was a call to action. It was a moment that showed her commitment to using her fame for what she believes is the greater good, encouraging a new generation to engage with the political process. One big reason for Taylor Swift's announcement was a fake photo. An image of her was created using artificial intelligence, or AI. The fake picture made it look like she was supporting Donald Trump. This image was even shared on Trump's website. It spread quickly online. This worried Swift a lot. She saw how easily misinformation could be created and shared. It scared her to think that technology could be used to lie about her and her beliefs. She felt that she had to do something to stop the spread of these falsehoods and make her own position perfectly clear. Swift decided that the best way to fight lies was with the truth. She said, "The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth." This became the core of her message. She realized she could not stay silent while fake images were speaking for her, so she chose to be completely open about her own voting plans. By telling everyone directly who she supported, she could erase any doubt. Her endorsement of Kamala Harris was her way of taking back her own story. It was a brave move to stand up against the powerful tool of AI-driven deception that she feared could confuse her fans. This was not the first time Swift had been political, but this moment felt different. It was more personal. The AI photo was a direct attack on her identity and her values. In her documentary Miss Americana, she talked about regretting her silence in the 2016 election. She did not want to make that mistake again. She learned that staying quiet does not protect you. Sometimes it just allows others to control your narrative. This time she was determined to be in control. She wanted her voice, her real voice, to be the one that people heard, loud and clear. Her decision showed a new level of commitment. She was not just supporting a candidate. She was fighting a bigger battle against misinformation. She believes in a world where truth matters. By endorsing Harris, she was also endorsing a style of leadership she described as calm and steady. This was in stark contrast to the chaos she felt was being fueled by things like fake AI images. Her message was about more than just one election. It was a stand for honesty and transparency in a world that is becoming increasingly confusing and filled with digital tricks. Taylor Swift's Instagram post was very clever. At the end of her long message, she signed off with a special phrase. She wrote, "Childless cat lady." This was not just a random joke, it was a direct response to a comment made by J.D. Vance, Donald Trump's running mate. Years ago, Vance had described some of his political opponents as a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives. Swift took this insult and turned it into a badge of honor. She even included a picture of herself with her beloved cat, Benjamin Button, making the point even stronger. This move was classic Taylor Swift. She is known for using her words and her art to respond to her critics. This was a political clapback. She showed that she was not hurt by the insult. Instead, she owned it. She was telling the world that she was proud of her life, her cats, and her choices. The photo with her cat made the message feel personal and relatable. It was a playful way to handle a serious topic. It showed her fans that you can be strong and stand up for yourself with a sense of humor. The message was clear. She would not be defined by anyone else's negative words. The reaction to her post was immediate and enormous. The internet exploded. Her post received over 4.5 million likes in just a few hours. But the impact went far beyond just likes and comments. In her post, Swift included a special link to vote.gov, a website where people can register to vote. She encouraged her 283 million followers to make sure they were ready for the election. Her fans listened. They clicked the link in huge numbers. The website saw a massive spike in traffic, showing just how powerful her influence really is when she decides to use it. In just one day, the vote.gov website had nearly 340,000 visitors because of her post. This is a huge number. It shows that when Taylor Swift speaks, her fans take action. This is called the Swift effect. It proves that she can move people not just to buy albums or concert tickets, but also to participate in democracy. The Harris campaign was thrilled. Tim Walz even thanked her and mentioned that he is also a cat owner. On the other hand, Donald Trump said he was not a Taylor Swift fan. The whole event showed the massive cultural power Swift holds in today's world. Taylor Swift's endorsement of Kamala Harris is more than just a celebrity opinion. It is a major event. It shows how much the role of famous people in politics has changed. In the past, many stars stayed quiet about their political views. They were afraid of losing fans or upsetting people. But Swift has shown that she is willing to take that risk. She believes that her responsibility as a citizen is more important. She uses her incredible fame to talk about issues she cares about, like equality, women's rights, and the importance of voting. This is a big shift from the past. The impact of her endorsement is undeniable. The huge jump in voter registration is clear proof. It shows that she can reach young people in a way that many politicians cannot. Her fans are not just a small group, they are a massive, global community. Many of them are young voters who are just starting to pay attention to politics. When Swift talks about voting, she makes it seem important and accessible. She breaks down barriers and encourages people to get involved. This is a powerful tool for any political campaign. It shows that celebrity influence can be a real force for civic engagement. Of course, not everyone agrees with her. Some people say that celebrities should stay out of politics. They believe that an endorsement from a pop star doesn't really change people's minds. Polls suggest that many of her fans already agree with her political views, so her endorsement might not change the final outcome of the election. However, it does energize her base. It gets people excited and motivated to vote. In a close election, having more people show up to vote can make all the difference. Her influence is less about changing minds and more about mobilizing those who already agree. Ultimately, Taylor Swift's decision marks a new chapter in the relationship between pop culture and politics. She has shown that a celebrity can be a powerful advocate for change. She is not afraid to speak her mind, fight misinformation, and use her platform to encourage democratic participation. Whether you are a fan of her music or not, it is hard to ignore her impact. Her endorsement of Kamala Harris is a reminder that in today's world, voices from all corners of society, including from its biggest stars, can shape the conversation and inspire action. It sets a new standard for what it means to be an influential public figure.